So my name is Agni Mitra, and I have done my master's in medical photonics from University of Jena in Germany. So I completed the course in it took almost 2.5 years to complete the course with my master thesis. And thereafter, I was working with a company called Jena Optics, and after that, I decided to come back to India to start my own startup in India. And yes, I'm now doing my work with my startup, and it is doing pretty good for the past 2.5 years. Uh, after my studies, getting a job in Germany was not very tough. There is a notion with a lot of people like if you don't have German language skill, you will not get a job in Germany. But it is not true. If you have the proper skill set, even with A2, you can easily land up with jobs in different parts of Germany, especially in the western part of Germany, cities like Frankfurt, Berlin, then Stuttgart. These places are very much welcoming to the people who are speaking English, and you can easily land up with jobs even if you don't have German skills. But I will always prefer to have German skills because day-to-day life becomes very easy. If you have the proper German skills, the life of a person living in Germany with a good German skill, with a hold on German language, it really helps you, every on your day-to-day work life. Yeah. So the life of an Indian student is really amazing. As an Indian, you will feel great to be studying in Germany. Germany is a land of opportunities, and there are a lot of universities. And most of the universities are almost at par, at same. So you cannot compare like this university is better or this university is not good. Almost all the universities are, you can say they are best of their class. So whether you're going for renewable energy, whether you're going for biomedical engineering, whether you're going for any sort of engineering courses, so I believe being Indian, you will find a lot of Indians there. If you're going to the western part of Germany, you will find the culture is very multicultural. You'll find people from Africa, you'll find people from Iran, Middle East, from US, from South America. So you'll feel great. The food is also good. Initially, you might face a lot of issues with the food, but eventually you will like the food in Germany. And then as an Indian, you'll find a lot of Indians are also there. So you'll find 100%. You'll find 10 to 20% of the class is filled with Indians. It depends on the courses. A lot of Indian students are studying there, living there. They are doing their PhD in Germany. Some of them are working, or some of them are studying and working. So this is how Indian student lives in Germany. Yes, of course. Even I was a middle class guy. I didn't have a lot of funds with me. So initially, what you have to do, you have to open a blocked account. Of course, for the blocked account, you have to freeze almost 6 to 7 lakhs of rupees, which is like the German university calculate in that way. Like at least you need 6 to 7 lakhs to live there. You need 6 to 7 lakhs to at least you complete your cost of living there. So what I feel is 6 to 7 lakhs is enough for your 2 years even. If you're really not spending a lot of money on your traveling, on your food. But of course, when you're in Germany, you would like to travel to the other places. Like you want to go to Italy, you want to go to Switzerland, or you want to go to maybe France. So that's where the money usually you spend a lot of money. So if you can control those cravings, travel cravings, or if you can control those spendings, then you can easily complete 2 years in 3 to 3.5 lakhs. If you are studying in a public university where the courses are absolutely free, you are only paying for you're only paying your rent and for your food, and the travel is of course free because most of the provinces in Germany you can easily travel with your university card. In my university, it was called as Tosca. It depends for every university, the name is different. but every university have their own unique university card, ID card, which you can use in your province, and you can travel free, whether it is bus, whether it is train, whether it is any other public transport. Yeah, so if I talk about myself, the first problem I faced was the language, because I had only A1 with me at that time. I was not able to speak German properly, and I was selected for a university which was in the eastern part of Germany, and eastern part of Germany is not very fluent with English. So I landed up in a city called Jena, which is around 200 to 250 kilometers away from Frankfurt airport, and the city is in the eastern part of Germany near Leipzig, and the language was really a barrier in the first 6 to 7 months. Then slowly I was able to cope up with the language problem. Another problem which you will face with the food, because the German food is very bland, and they don't put salt or nothing there, and you will feel the German food is not palatable initially, but eventually you can cook your food at your hostel, but sometimes the your study pressure will be too much that you will not be able to cook for yourself. Of course, there are a lot of Indian restaurants, but they are very expensive. Initially, that will be a struggle for you to when food is a issue initially, but eventually you will cope up with it. And once you have time after the second year when you are doing a master thesis, you can easily cook. You can cook with your friends, and my suggestion will be, when you are in Germany, the first thing you should do is to make or start making good friends there, so you all can be together, because friends are very important during your thesis, during your routinely work, during your class test. Then then even when you are doing group study, friends are very important, and they can help you with the food also. There are a lot of local grocery Indian stores are also there. You can buy your food from there, and you can start cooking. And if you don't know cooking, then learn cooking and go to Germany. That is the best way I can say. The top German universities are a lot of German universities are there. RWTH Aachen is there. University of Jena is there. FH Aachen is there. University of Munich is there. University of Bolt is there. Heidelberg University is there. University of Stuttgart is there. So there are a lot of universities, and almost most of the universities are at par with each other. Maybe there are few universities like Karlsruhe is there, who are specific into optics. University of Vienna is specific into optics. The University of Munich is specific into mechanical, electrical. So as it depends on your present domain where you really want to work, or where you really want to take your career towards. And there are also good universities for renewable energies also. So all this you can easily find on DAD, and you can check which of these universities are best in your field or in your domain. Yeah, so there are two types of universities. One is public university, where the course fee is absolutely free, so you don't have to pay anything for the course fee. You only need to pay for your rent, and you have to buy a university ID card, which usually costs you around 100 to 120 euros for 3 months, and you need to renew it every 3 months. And then you can use these university cards to get subsidized food at canteen, and then you can use the university card to travel free throughout Germany, throughout your province, not in throughout Germany, throughout your province. And the rent is also very nominal if you are living in the eastern part of Germany. I used to pay around 200 euros for my rent. And if you are in the western part of Germany, you will be shedding anything between 600 to 1000 euros. So it depends on which part of Germany you are in. If you are living in Frankfurt, if you're living in Berlin, if you are living towards the western side of Germany, the rents are pretty high. But if you are living in the eastern part of Germany, the rents are pretty low, and you can easily manage your expenses as per the rent. Actually, yeah. And again, if I talk about the private university, there are of course there are a lot of private universities, but most of the private universities are into management studies. So if you are into management studies, like if you're doing your MBA from Germany, or maybe any courses related to management, so you have to pay around 3,000 to 4,000 euros per semester. So yes, of course it is expensive. Management is always expensive everywhere. But if you are going for technical courses, most of the universities are free of cost here. It varies actually. Some of the universities they accept GREs. Some of the universities they accept GATE also, and some of the universities accept GMAT also. It depends on the courses. If you are doing technical courses, then GRE is good. Then you have if you are going for management courses, you can do with GMAT. And if you are into there are a lot of universities they don't ask for GRE, MAT or anything. They only ask for IELTS. So if you are going for English courses, then you only need to give IELTS. And there are few universities they don't even ask for IELTS also. Yeah, so at my university it was 6.5. And if you are from an English medium background, like if you have studied English in your 10 plus 2 and during your university, then you don't have to give or submit IELTS. You only need to show that you have you have studied everything in English. You can you can have a letter from your university that that you have studied everything in English in your university days. It's better to give IELTS because you will be applying for a lot of other universities. I will of course suggest you that you should have IELTS done. So there are certain universities in the western part of Germany who ask for IELTS score. So 6 to 6.5 is the average IELTS they usually ask, and that is very much easily achievable. But if you're sitting for IELTS, don't sit for the normal IELTS. Sit for the educational IELTS. There are two types of IELTS. One is educational IELTS and one is the normal IELTS. Normal IELTS for the immigration people, and the IELTS which is only for students, you sit for that IELTS. Yeah. So 6 to 6.5 is average they ask for the English courses in Germany. There are certain courses where you are studying everything in English in the first year, few of the courses in German, and then from the second year they ask you to study everything in German. What they do is they give you course, you can have your courses classes also, like you can do German classes in your first year. And once you complete your B2, you in the second year of your course, you have to study everything in German language. It depends on the course. It depends on the university. There are certain university who are asking only 55%, but there are again university who are asking you need to have at least 70%. So it depends on the university. What is your score? And all the score are calculated on your CGPA. Like what CGPA you have. Some university they have a CGPA converter, so they directly put your marks in the CGPA and they convert it into their specific percentage, and then they calculate. Like University of RWTH Aachen does the same. They have their own calculator and they do everything through their like whatever CGPA you have got, they convert into their percentage. You can easily get it online. You can Google it and you can find it like what is the conversion factor they have. So you can convert it and you can know that what is the percentage, and then you can apply as well. If you apply it, then you pay some fees to the university for the application. Then you miss out on the percentage part. So it's better you check it, then you apply it. But I believe the average is around 55 to 60%. If you get between 55 to 60% in university, you can easily apply for most of the courses in Germany. So your desired course, it depends like where you want to go. Like if you are an electrical engineer, if you want to study electrical, you want to continue with electrical engineering, you can go in DAD and you can just search electrical engineering and you will get all the related courses there. If you are a biomedical engineer, you have same. If you are electronics telecommunication engineer, you know, go and search electron. If you want to change your domain as such, like from an electrical engineer, being an electrical engineer, you want to go into renewable energy, you want to go into photonics, you want to go into medical electronics, you want to go into biomedical, so then the criteria changes, and most of the courses are pretty much easy to understand, so you can easily find all the data on that. So you can easily, they have their own filters on that, so you can put like, I want an English course, I want a 2 years course, I want a course which has electrical as a subject or electrical as a domain. So they will, the DAD will easily, will show you what are the preferable courses you can go for, and then you can also set the eligibility like your percentages, like between 60 to 70%. You can set your percentage or CGPA, and then you can search, and you can directly get into the website. From there, you can directly go to the university website, and you can apply to the page where you want to do the course actually. Few of the most of the scholarship you can directly find on that. There are a lot of scholarships you can apply if you are going to Germany. And there are some scholarships which is related with a lot of universities. There are a lot of universities who are associated with the university in Amsterdam, and they are also giving a lot of scholarships to you. Maybe the course fee will be reduced by 20 to 30%. And if you are going to the public university, best to apply for public university where the courses are absolutely free. The scholarships are usually given to those people if you have good percentage, if you have good IELTS. So the management courses, in a lot of management courses, they are providing scholarship of 2,000 to 3,000 euros on your total course fee. So this is how you can get a lot of scholarships. And of course, you can find a list of scholarships on DAD website. You can go directly to the DAD website and you can see what are the scholarships and where you are eligible to apply for those scholarships or not. And there are a few scholarships you can, when you landed up in Germany, when you are in the university, you can also apply for those scholarships within the university. You have to just go to the university admin office and you can ask that I would like to apply for scholarships. These are marks basis scholarships. There are your performance basis scholarships. Then you have financial. There are a lot of people, I've seen a lot of Bangladeshis when they reach Germany, they become financially weak, so they apply for these scholarships for just to waive off the course fee for that semester, or maybe just to waive off the student ID fee for that semester, or maybe for 2 or 3 semesters. This is one of the way you can apply. And again, if you are doing, if you are assisting professors or maybe your HOD for the lab work, they call it HIVI. HIVI is the exact name what we use for part-time jobs. There also you can, a lot of professors give you special scholarships, or maybe your fee for the part-time work you do. So almost you make your course fee free of cost in that way. There are 2 times you can apply for any master courses, because usually most of the universities in Germany they have there are two sessions when they start the courses. One in the one just before September they start the course, and one you can start in the month of March. So, but the university where I was studying, they only start courses in the month of September. So you have to start at least if you are serious to apply for the course, you have to finish your IELTS, because IELTS marks are usually valid for any university is valid only for 1 year. And for some universities also 2 years, but for my university it was only 1 year. So you can apply. You have to apply for IELTS in the month of January, and they open. They usually all the university open their application portal from the month of March or April. So once you start applying at the month of March or April, by June you can expect to get the letter of confirmation from them. So first they will send you the letter of confirmation. Once it is confirmed, then you will take the letter of confirmation, and you have to go and apply for your visa at the embassy. You can apply at the embassy or you can apply at the VFS. It depends from country to country. I was not in India at that time. I was living outside India. So I applied directly to the German embassy. And if you are in India, there is an organization called VFS. You have to go and apply at VFS. And I think you need to pay around 60 euros or something for the visa the formalities. Yeah. So you have to collect a lot of documents. You need to have blocked account. You need to have a blocked account document. You need to provide your transcript. You need to provide your university confirmation letter. You need to provide your accommodation details. A lot of things, a lot of documentations are there. And once you have everything, you can go and apply for a visa at the German embassy. For masters, you need letter of recommendation from at least 2 professors, and if you have experience, you need at least 2 letter of recommendation from your present or previous employers. Second, you need to have a letter of motivation. A letter of motivation is something where you will be presenting your true self. Don't try to copy and paste something from Google, because the universities are very much serious about this. Plagiarism is absolutely against university policy. So if they find you are copying it from Google, they will straight away strike down your application. So LOR, letter of recommendation, LOM, letter of motivation, these are very important. Then your scanned copy of transcript is very important. Then some of the universities are also asking for 10+2 mark sheet, your university mark sheets. And yes, that's it. I don't think. These are the few documents which you need, at least to apply initially. Then for embassy, the document, this part remains almost the same. Then you have some add-on documents that you need. Okay, so the best way to get a job is to start doing a job after your second semester. You can do your part-time job in the first semester and second semester. Usually, most of the master courses in Germany are divided into 4 semesters. The last semester is usually for the thesis. The last semester is usually for the thesis part. So from the very moment when you finish your second semester, you start applying for your jobs in the industry. There are 2 types of courses in Germany. One course is specifically for the people who want to do PhD after their masters, and one course is specifically for the people who don't want to do PhD. They want to directly go into the industry. So if you are in those courses which directly goes into the industry, then from the very second semester you start applying for jobs in your university, in your domain. So in my case, I was living in a city called Jena, and Jena is always known for optics. If you have heard about Carl Zeiss was the person who came from the city of Jena. And because of Carl Zeiss, there are a lot of ancillary companies who are already there in Jena who are doing optics related work. So once you are in the second semester, your job is similar. Like you can in Germany, Nowadays, most of the people are using LinkedIn. So if you are active on, you have to be active on LinkedIn. So start approaching the important person in all these companies. So there are companies within the city. So Germany is so beautifully located. Like most of the universities in Germany are so beautifully located that they're located right next to the industries. So if you are into the automobile industry, most of the automobile companies you will find near that universities only. If you are into medical electronics, most of the medical electronics company are nearby the medical are nearby the university premises, very nearby. So you can usually you can start with an internship. Some of them are paid internship, some of them are free internship. Even if it is a free internship, go and start applying. Once you are there, show them your work, how hardworking you are, give your best in the internship, and if they see that you are doing very good, they will absorb you directly to the industry. Every German company, they need some internship, and they prefer taking people from the universities. But if your course is more specific towards the PhD, so after the masters, you start applying for your PhD or you start planning for your PhD. You can directly do your PhD under your HOD where you are studying, or you can start searching for those universities who are working on your domain and start applying for your PhD to those universities. Start meeting the HODs, start connecting with those people over the email, and or you can apply for part-time job or as a lab assistant to these university departments. And this way you can easily get a job. But if you want to just finish your masters and you want to get into the industry, the best part is to start applying for the nearby companies which are present in that city. So in my city, in the city of Vienna, Carl Zeiss was there, Optics was there. There are a lot of other optic companies were there. You go and start applying. It's very easy. You can directly approach them over LinkedIn, or you can find their email IDs. All the German companies, they have their important people on their website. You can go to their About Us page, or you can go to their Contact Us page. You can easily find their email ID. You directly apply. You give them your skill set, show them your skill set on what domain you are working. They will directly absorb. They will at least they will ask you to come for the internship. It is very easy to get the internship in Germany. It's very important in Germany, at least if you want to see a lot of people. If I tell you about language, lot of lot of people think that maybe German language is not so important. Once you land up there, you will understand that German language is very very important, at least for your daily activities. If you're going to a grocery store, you will find a lot of people they are not able to speak in English. So you have to you at least if you have German, if you have the German skill set, it gets very easy. And eventually, if you want to have a PR in Germany, if you want to have a German PR, or maybe if you want to live for a long term in Germany, then of course German language is very very important. Then it's better to complete your C2, and it is my observation that I find a lot of. Of course, you can go to the Goethe Institute in India. You can study there, and you can complete your A1, A2, B1, B2 here. But there are a lot of people who can't pay for the Goethe Institute because it is cheaper, because most of the German universities they are giving you free German classes. And if you go and study in Goethe Institute, you'll be spending almost 20 to 25,000 rupees for each level of your German. Like for A2 or A1, you'll be paying around 20 to 25,000 rupees. And if you are a part of a German university, so every German university they have free German classes. Every evening you can do it. But then sometimes it becomes very hectic for the people who are doing part-time jobs. So you finish your classes, then you do a part-time job, then you have the German classes, or you have the German classes, then you go for the part-time job. So for a normal body, it becomes very difficult because how much you can work for within 24 hours. Like So your classes will easily run for 6 to 7 hours. Then you have, so most of the universities they give you free classes. So my suggestion will be there is an app called Duolingo. So you can have at least you can do some normal German classes there before you land up to Germany. But there are a few things at least you need to know. You need to understand when you are traveling on public transport, when you are buying your grocery, when you are moving on the streets. So it is better to have at least a little bit of knowledge on German language. And if you really don't want to spend a lot of money in India in Goethe Institute, then go to Germany. You can start from A1 or A2. But it becomes very, very strenuous for you because if you are doing a part-time job, that is what I was trying to tell you. Like, if you are doing your classes, then you are doing your part-time job, then you are doing your German classes, it becomes very difficult for you. So, thank you, Technable, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with your technical team. If you need to know more information about the about how to lead your life in Germany, because I have been in Germany for such a long period of time, and I know how the cultural shock usually gets into you. So you can always contact me, and you can always get on to me. I'll be very happy to help you out.